Hello Tubesters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. Yes, another one. I keep saying I'm not going to do one for a few days, and I've got this to do and that to do, and then something pops into my head, and hey ho, another video. This is what I would call at least an impromptu one. And again, you could say most of my videos are. I got this, I've been listening to one of the Lord of the Rings books on YouTube. Shouldn't say that, should I? Because now they'll go and shut it down. But I've been listening to in fact, The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings, just to have something on in the background. And I've always wanted to do some of the Lord of the Rings figures that Games Workshop brought out over the years. And I just go, oh, they're too expensive. I always wanted those ones in the barrels, you know, when they go down, in the film anyway, they go down, in the book they go down in barrels, don't they? But they're all knocked in, whereas obviously in the film they're all, or a lot of them are actually holding on, you know, and fighting off the orcs and things like that. But that's in The Hobbit, by the way. I've always fancied doing some, you know, I like painting figures, and you know, and I've always been a big fan of Lord of the Rings way before the films ever came out. I just thought, I'll go online, just see, you never know, because they never seem massively popular. Compared to obviously other stuff that Games Workshop do, and I did think they were going to drop them because obviously they have to pay for the intellectual property rights and all that stuff, I believe. And there was talk that they might well not be doing them. And anyway, I just went on eBay and I thought, I'm not interested in the metal. Yeah, I actually quite enjoy painting metal figures, but I wasn't really going for that. These were just off the cuff. Let's just see what was out there. And the Fellowship of the Ring box turned up. Sorry about the shine. And I thought, well, that's got a load of characters in there I wouldn't mind painting. You know, we've got, without my glasses, I'm trying to look at the back here, I've literally just taken delivery of it. Aragorn, Sam, Frodo, Gandalf, Legolas, Gimli, Merry, I was going to say Perry. It's not Perry, is it? Peregrine too. Which is Mary, Peregrine. Somebody out there on there. And Boromir. I think there's a nice little collection there to paint. You know, I don't know when I paint them. I've got way too much, and they won't be happening anytime fairly soon. I just saw the price. I thought, yeah, that's a decent price. And it wasn't until I suppose because I've been looking Lord of the Rings stuff up, it was coming up on the sidebar, and there was I don't know who they were, some British lads on their channel doing a game. It turns out Games Workshop have brought not the Mines of Moria, Balin's Tomb, where they're fighting around Balin's Tomb in the Mines of Moria. It is a Moria, yeah. And I've only been listening to them only the last few days. But yeah, I take it then that these are probably out for that reason. So I thought we'd just take a quick look, because I've never, I've done a tiny amount of Games Workshop stuff, but not a lot. And I had planned sometime next year. There was a particular couple of figures I wanted to paint out of their 40k range and stuff like that. I'm not getting really particularly into that side or anything. I just enjoy seeing other people's painting of it, and there were a couple of figures I fancied doing myself. So I might do some of those next year if I ever have time. But these guys will get done. It's just won't be done over Christmas because I've got far too much on. I got these off eBay. I'm not going to name the business because, to be honest with you, I can't remember it off the top of my head. These came in a jiffy bag, right? And it's already been bashed. You know, not horrendous. Yes, they're on sprues. I know, but if you were buying this as a gift for somebody, say for Christmas, birthdays, and that, and you wanted to give it to somebody wrapped up, you know, it's already bashed up. And I just think it's getting a bit like the Wild West out there at the moment for buying stuff online. Because let's face it, everybody's rushing to have their own little online shops. I believe this might be a bricks and mortar shop. As I say, bought off eBay, somewhere down south. That's not down south, obviously. Amarillo way. We're talking down south coast of the UK. Anyway, I digress. It would be nice if any of you guys have shops out there. I don't care how hard it is or it takes too long to get cardboard or that. Just scrap cardboard, a centimetre either side. I'm not asking you to do this, just either side like a sandwich. Put a bit of tape on, then put it in your jiffy bag. It might have a better chance of getting there. If we were going into somebody's shop to buy, if you had this one at the top and it's a bit dented like this one is, and you've got 5 boxes underneath it that are pristine, what do we all do? We lift that one up and go and get the others. It's like getting not picking the manky apple out the apple box at the supermarket. So yeah, it's getting a bit like the Wild West. I like the Wild West, but not when I come to shopping. I know profits are low, but skimping lower and lower. I mean, I buy a lot of second-hand books, non-fiction type books, as you know, and the times they come to me in plastic bags, Will the Books, I'm looking at you, and several others, yes, I'm buying them cheap, and yes, for what they ship, they say, well, we can't get our hands on that much scrap cardboard or real, really. The times I've had books sent to me that have been, you can tell that their past owners have loved them and looked after them, and they get to me and they've been fresh dents all over them because they've just been put in a, heat sealed plastic bag. Same with this guy here, it's got one dent on. It's not a big thing, but it could. We've all had them a lot worse than this. It's not the post office's fault because they don't pack them. I just think, just sticking it is lazy and cheap to stick them in a plastic, in a jiffy bag. There you go. I'm sure the product's going to be great inside. Then again, the shop wasn't responsible for the product, was it? Right. So yeah, if you are a shop out there, or if you do online stuff, to make the shopper's experience the best it can be. Because when they come to you, they're in pristine condition in the box cartons. Don't be lazy, don't be cheap. Just wrap them up so that the person has a pleasurable experience at the other end. Right, guys, let's go down to the bench and take a quick look. Right, guys, here we are at the bench, and as usual, Gav's scrabbling around for a pointy stick, and they've always got super glue at the end of them, so I do apologise. Yeah, my nails aren't much better. Right, we've got our picture of Strider stroke Aragorn. Let's have a better look. I don't think they're supposed to look particularly like any of the actors, which doesn't really faze me. At the end of the day, that Lord of the Rings was around a long time before the film was. So I'm looking at the sculpts, and they don't particularly, as far as I'm concerned, represent anybody. Apart from obviously they've got them roughly in the clothes colours by the look of it. They had on the film, things like that, but not hugely identifiable as the actors that played them, and that might just be down to again, intellectual property, or just they didn't want to do that, which doesn't particularly fuss me. I'm not a big fan of. I mean, my logo for the channel is the Lucky Jack bust I painted. Now that's Russell Crowe. Well, he was Russell Crowe till I finished painted with him. But it's very hard, I think, to replicate what somebody looks like in paint, even though the sculptor's done a decent job. So I'm not really that fussed. So. Let's have a look. Well, that surprised me. No wonder they weren't particularly expensive. I was shaking the box expecting 2 or 3 sprues to come out, and it's all on one sprue. Oh, well, we get a ring as well by the look of it. Should have painted that up and given it to the missus when we got together 20 plus years ago. Never mind, I digress. Let's, yeah, I was surprised at that. It doesn't particularly bother me. You know, Gandalf has got a, as you can see, let's get a bit closer. Gandalf's got an arm to be put on. That looks all fairly straightforward. They come with this, let's quickly show you there, you know, the usual slotter bases. We've got Gimli with his axes. The attachment points at the head aren't particularly large. A bit larger on Gandalf, but you know, nothing that a scrape and a sand won't cure. It's a good job I do small figures actually, because you forget how obviously they've scaled the hobbits, and you forget how small these hobbits are. But anyway, let's look at Gimli. There we go. Can we get any closer? Is there any runic stuff? No, the axes are all very. They're not like you know, the Games Workshop axes that have got all the different runic stuff carved in them a lot of the time. They're very basic by the look of them. I mean, even the shaft's square. I don't know if the shaft was square on the real thing. But I take it these, you guys that are into all your Games Workshop will know that these are probably gaming pieces rather than, well, of course they're gaming pieces, but you know what I mean, this new board game that's come out. As I say, I can't say that, you know, the faces are fine, but then, you know, they don't massively, yeah, Sam's a bit more, you know, stocky in the face and whatever, he's got his frying pan. Some look like, I think that's supposed to be fur on their furry feet. Or hairy feet. Can you remember Merry or Pippin? There we go, Pippin. Peregrine took Pippin. There we go. Problem with my smashed head, it takes a while for things to filter in and out. But as I say, I've got anything from 6 mils, 1 in 35 scale, 28 mils, 18 mils. So I'm quite used to painting the smaller scales. But yeah, I was expecting about three sprues of arms and legs and heads and all this type of stuff. But no. Aragorn and Boromir, again, you've got a sword, arm and sword obviously to attach. Well, not bad. Am I ecstatic with them? No, but am I thinking they're decent enough? Yeah, I do. I don't think they're particularly bad. As sculpts, you know, as somebody who likes to paint figures, moulding looks fairly sharpish, as you'd expect from Games Workshop. You know, it's not too soft. That can be a problem sometimes when you see straps and that, and they, when we say soft, it, you know, often means, you know, the straps are literally there's no sharp cuts to them. I think they're not too bad. That's his horn, I think. I say the bed rolls and stuff like that, if you want, whatever they are, you know, they're not massively detailed. It's a fairly quick job they've done on that, just to, you know, show some folds in it. So you have to do a bit of paint swirls on that. I mean, to me, they look like board game figures, if that makes sense, rather than tabletop figures. Does that make sense? But they're still made in that quite nice hard plastic rather than the soft malleable stuff. It's got his sausages and stuff hanging out by the look of it. But I said I wanted to paint some Games Workshop, so I'm not Games Workshop, some Lord of the Rings or Hobbit figures, so I'm happy enough with those. They'll they'll do to say that I've painted some. As I say, I'm not overwhelmed by them, thinking, you know, they're the best thing I've ever seen, because they're not, but they're not bad either, you know what I mean? I'd say probably give them a, probably give them a 7 out of 10. And that's not hating on Games Workshop, because as I say, I don't really paint a lot. I'm not one of these, you know, people that either loathe them or love them or whatever. And just give you my opinion. So they look all right, but I'm not. I would go more on the lines of they do look to me more like figures to go on top of a board, you know, a board, rather than the normal Games Workshop stuff that, you know, being pushed around a tabletop. So there you go. I can't honestly remember how much I paid for them. I don't want to know really. It was cheaper than I thought, but now I realise why. But yeah, you know, I wanted to have a go at some of these, so they'll go in the box and go in my pile and wait their turn to get painted. They'll suddenly pop up, you know, before you realise it. Go showing figures, of Lord of the Rings, but it won't be. I can't see this side Christmas. I've got a lot more on my my painting side of things, never mind the modelling side of things. But at the moment, I'm knee deep in filings as I'm cleaning off the 18. The other side of the 18mm commissions. I've now painted all the chasseurs, Apida, the guard. They will go through the varnish and basing process over the next 2 or 3 days. So you should get a video of them coming up towards the end of the week. And I am cleaning up the grenadier side of it, the grenadiers of the guard now. So as I say, I've got one more bag to do, plus some mounted officers, and they'll start getting painted hopefully in the next few days. So coming up, I have a 1 in 35 scale, only one so far out of the 3, but 1 in 35 scale World War II Tamir American infantryman to go along with the Sherman. I've been painting him up on the side for at least 10 days. 30-year war, I've got 2 mounted figures done, 2 more have been all glued together waiting to be primered, and then at some stage in the next couple of weeks we've got the Mexican-American War 18mm Eureka figures for Joachim and Marcus's group build on artillery. 6mm, almost, thank goodness. I did have to mirror my big mouth. I said to Alan at Grumbler Miniatures, "Oh, I'll do it." Yeah, of course, yeah, because he asked me to do a review on them. I said, "I'll tell you what, I'll paint up a brigade of 6mm as I did with the other 6mm, and you know, at least people can see them painted up and seeing what, you know, what they think. They're a lot easier at 6mm to see painted than they are unpainted." But it's just taking ages, not because of any difficulty with the figures, just, you know, getting them in with the schedule really. So yeah, that's it really. We've got a modelling update, have we, Gav? You just said that now, and have we got a modelling update coming up? Yeah, we might do. We might have the Sherman as well between now and Monday. That'll be going under a winter whitewash, and then hopefully removing most of it in the next day or 2. So look out, there's always something going on. Hope you're all enjoying your projects, and you get some time off to you know, get a few more figures either painted or kits built, or, you know, whatever you do for fun. So look after yourselves, and we'll catch each other very soon on another video.